getting the tire pressure right is actually the first step toward adjusting your mower deck. To get a nice level cut, make sure the mower deck is properly adjusted. Start by checking it side to side. With the mower raised to its highest position, measure from the bottom edge of the mower housing to a level paved surface. There should be no more than a 1/4 inch difference between the two sides. There should be a difference from front to back. To achieve the best quality cut, the front of the housing should be lower than the rear, between 1/8 and 1/2 inch lower than the rear, but no more than a 1/2 inch lower. Your manual shows you how to make these adjustments. While you're down there, make sure the drive belt and mower belts are routed properly around their pulleys and inside the belt keepers. You'll find routing diagrams on the mower deck and under the left foot pad. Okay, that does it for the basic checks and maintenance. Now that we're familiar with our tractor, let's start it up and cut some grass. The first rule of starting your tractor is to not start it if you've taken any kind of prescription drugs that could impair your judgment or reduce your reaction time. Obviously, the same goes for alcohol. The second rule is to always start your tractor in an open, well-ventilated area. Also, for safety reasons, your tractor won't start if you haven't set the parking brake and disengaged the cutting blades. To set the parking brake, depress the clutch brake pedal and lift up on the parking brake lever. Release the clutch brake pedal and the parking brake lever will stay in the locked position. The parking brake is now set. Some models feature an electric clutch switch that should be pushed in to disengage the blades. Other models use a lever that should also be in the disengaged position. Either way, the tractor will not start if the mower is engaged. Place the motion control lever or the gear shift in neutral. Now set the choke. On models with a one-piece throttle and choke lever, push it up to the maximum throttle, then move it up to full choke. On models with a separate throttle and choke, move the throttle all the way up and pull the choke all the way out. Turn the ignition and the engine should start after a few cranks. It's common for a small puff of blue smoke to come out of the exhaust when it first starts up. After the engine runs for just a few seconds, push the choke in, reduce the throttle to half, and let the engine warm up for a few minutes. While the engine runs smoothly within a few seconds of when you start it, it's important to let it warm up for a few minutes so it can provide full horsepower when you engage the mowing blades and start cutting. The first thing you should do after it warms up is test the brakes. Then test the operator presence system. This safety system will shut the tractor down at any time either the mower or the drive system is engaged and you leave the seat. To test it, make sure the transmission is in neutral, release the clutch brake pedal, and raise up off the seat, keeping both feet firmly planted on the foot pads. The engine should die. Now set the parking brake, reduce the throttle to half, engage the mower blades, and raise up off the seat. Again, the engine should die. Reducing the throttle before engaging the blades will prolong the life of the belts. The blades are now engaged and the mower is mowing. Remember, don't step down off the unit while performing the operator presence control system check. You should never attempt to leave the protection of the operator's position while the unit is running and the blades are engaged. And always keep your hands away from the discharge when the engine is running. You may hear a small squeak as the belts engage the pulleys. That's normal and no cause for concern. Once you've engaged the blades, push the throttle to full. You can now lower the mowing deck to the desired cutting height. If you've purchased a garden tractor with a heavy-duty transaxle, remember to engage either the high or low range setting. If your tractor has an automatic transmission, when you're ready to mow, just move the motion control lever forward. And when you're ready to stop, just ease it back into the neutral position. You can also use the brake pedal to stop, and in an emergency, it may prove to be quicker. But if you try to use it as a means to start moving, your starts may be jerky. Before cutting for the first time, you should practice operating your tractor in an open area free of obstacles until you're comfortable with its operation and all of its features. Some models feature gear drive transmissions. Those models do have a clutch that's controlled by the brake pedal. To engage any gear, you must fully depress the clutch brake pedal and, after stopping, select a gear. Then slowly release the pedal. The most desirable ground speed for mowing may vary each time you mow. It will vary based upon the height and thickness of the grass, the dryness, and even the type of grass. Of course, all these factors are affected by the time of day and time of year. Simply put, you may be able to mow faster on some days than on others, but you should never travel at an unsafe speed. If you experience a poor quality of cut, reduce your speed until you find the quality of cut acceptable. But remember, there's only one correct engine or throttle speed. That's full. The engine should be run at full throttle to provide the fastest mower blade rotation. That gives the best cut. You should never reduce the throttle to adjust the ground speed of the tractor. Running at a low throttle speed reduces the quality of cut and the charging output for the battery, and also makes the engine run hotter. Make all adjustments to the ground speed by changing gears on models with manual transaxles or adjusting the motion control lever on tractors with an automatic. To stop the tractor, either depress the clutch brake pedal or with automatic transmissions, move the motion control lever to the neutral position. Then depress the brake pedal and engage the parking brake. Don't forget to stop the blades. To stop the blades, reduce the throttle to half and disengage the mower. Turn the ignition key to the off position and remove the key from the ignition switch before leaving the tractor unattended. Always wait for the blades to stop spinning before getting off the tractor. Following these starting and stopping procedures will reduce belt problems and any after-fire noises when shutting off the engine. Following a few basic safety guidelines will help provide years of safe operation. While operating your tractor, always stay alert. Be on the lookout for holes, ruts, or bumps. If you need to get off the tractor to move an object, remember to disengage the mower blades and set the parking brake, or the operator presence system will shut the tractor off. Always get off like this, on the trim side. Never get off this way because you're placing your feet right next to spinning mower blades. Always go slowly around blind corners. You never know what's waiting for you. Stop immediately if you hit something. Shut down the tractor, remove the spark plug wires, and inspect the mower deck and blades for any damage. The discharge cover on the right side must always be on the tractor and in position during operation, but it will keep you from getting close enough to trim. So you should trim with the left side of the mower deck. Always execute extreme caution when backing up, and always disengage the mower blades unless you specifically intend to mow in reverse. Remember, this tractor was designed to allow for the blades to turn in both forward and reverse gears. Always look where you are driving the tractor. If you should shift into reverse, turn and look behind and down prior to actually operating the unit in reverse gear. Keep a close lookout for children.